If you don't like history but still love inspiring stories, then stick around to uncover the legacy of Martin Luther King Jr. His life and work have left an indelible mark on the world, and his story is one of courage, resilience, and unwavering commitment to justice. Born on January 15, 1929 in Atlanta, Martin Luther King Jr. came from a line of preachers and was destined to lead. His father, Martin Luther King Sr., was a prominent pastor, and his mother, Alberta Williams King, was a dedicated church organist. Growing up in the segregated South, young Martin experienced firsthand the harsh realities of racial discrimination, which would later fuel his passion for civil rights. He was a prodigy, graduating high school at just 15 and earning degrees from Morehouse College, Crozer Theological Seminary, and Boston University. His academic journey was marked by a deepening understanding of theology and philosophy, which shaped his approach to social justice. At Morehouse, he was mentored by Dr. Benjamin Mays, a significant influence who encouraged him to view Christianity as a force for social change. In 1955, King catapulted into the national spotlight by leading the Montgomery bus boycott, a pivotal moment in civil rights history sparked by Rosa Parks. This year-long protest against bus segregation was a testament to the power of collective action and nonviolent resistance. King's leadership during the boycott demonstrated his ability to mobilize communities and sustain a movement despite immense pressure and adversity. Despite arrests and threats, King's nonviolent resistance led to the Supreme Court declaring bus segregation unconstitutional. This victory was a significant milestone in the fight for civil rights and showcased the effectiveness of peaceful protest. King's philosophy of nonviolence was inspired by Mahatma Gandhi, and he believed that love and peaceful resistance were the most powerful tools for social change. As president of the Southern Christian Leadership Conference, King organized peaceful protests across the South, advocating for equal rights and voting rights. The SCLC became a cornerstone of the civil rights movement, coordinating efforts to dismantle segregation and promote social justice. King's leadership was instrumental in campaigns such as the Birmingham Campaign and the Selma to Montgomery marches, which highlighted the brutal realities of racial injustice and galvanized national support for civil rights legislation. His "I Have a Dream" speech at the 1963 March on Washington became an iconic call for equality. Delivered to over 250,000 people at the Lincoln Memorial, the speech articulated a vision of a future where people would be judged by the content of their character, rather than the color of their skin. This moment remains one of the most powerful and enduring symbols of the civil rights movement. At just 35, King received the Nobel Peace Prize in 1964, becoming the youngest recipient at the time. This prestigious award recognized his tireless efforts to combat racial inequality through nonviolent means. In his acceptance speech, King spoke of his belief in the power of love and nonviolence to transform society, reaffirming his commitment to the principles that guided his life's work. He donated the prize money to the civil rights movement, underscoring his commitment to justice. This act of generosity reflected his dedication to the cause and his belief in the collective struggle for equality. The funds were used to support various civil rights initiatives, furthering the impact of his work and empowering communities to continue the fight for justice. Tragically, on April 4, 1968, King was assassinated in Memphis, Tennessee, while supporting striking sanitation workers. His death was a devastating blow to the civil rights movement and to all who believed in his vision of a just and equitable society. The loss of such a powerful and inspiring leader was felt deeply across the nation and the world. His death was a profound loss, but his legacy endures. King's funeral was attended by thousands, and memorials were held across the country to honor his life and work. His teachings and principles continue to inspire new generations of activists and leaders who strive to build a world where justice and equality prevail. Martin Luther King Jr. inspired a nation with his dream of a just and equitable society. His vision of a world free from discrimination and hatred resonates as strongly today as it did during his lifetime. His speeches, writings, and actions serve as a blueprint for those who continue to fight for civil rights and social justice. His work laid the foundation for civil rights progress, and his message of love and justice continues to resonate today. The principles of nonviolence and equality that he championed are echoed in contemporary movements for social change. Activists around the world draw inspiration from his legacy as they work to address issues of inequality, injustice, and human rights. Remember, his dream is still alive, and it's up to us to keep it going. Each year, Martin Luther King Jr. Day serves as a reminder of his enduring impact and the ongoing struggle for justice. By honoring his legacy and continuing his work, we can help create a world where his dream of equality and justice becomes a reality for all.